Okay. I think this is going to be the last video of version 1 that I do. Because after this I'm going to start all over from scratch and make a bunch of improvements, but also it's going to be more, it's going to be more to the point instead of just freeform. So, we're running this today. Hey, main, dry run, blah, 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 do all this stuff. Now, hey, do the trades live. And here is Hyperliquid, the orders are coming in. So our balance, subtract 145 from this, that's where we are from like 500. So we're down like 3%, right? Earlier in the week we were bricking it because crypto was rolling over and it was like, oh my god, we're down 10%. For the longest time, I don't know why we were in TRX. I still haven't figured that out. BNB, I guess these coins are because of the leverage or dilution factors. There's just, I have to, like, for some reason TRX, I'm like, wait, really? There's no dilution? Yeah, and then actually these three, Atom, APT, say, those were like the meat of the drawdown. Those have actually come back. See, it looks like this on the daily chart. So it's giving me a little more confidence. Of course, this bounce has been across the whole market, but it's like, what out of everything is the bounciest? I don't know. Anyway, man, I'm not getting that many orders. I wonder what's going on. It's all done. How many orders did it do? Let's see. Oh, it did some other ones. It did all of these. So yeah, pretty conservative, using a 2% threshold, and like we actually ran this yesterday, so not much to do. But anyway, and then I finally saw this thing. So we started with, like $500, right? We drew down about 10%. Here I took a punt, and if you factor that out, we're about flat, really. Yeah. So, yeah, we're flat since the start of October. That's, I don't know, not too encouraging, but the first start of it, we were doing these, like, dumb factors that didn't really, they may not have made sense, they may have been using stale data. There was no optimization across the entire portfolio. I still wouldn't consider it optimized now. I've just gone to, like, off-the-cuff kind of discretionary weights, which I'll show. But then around here, we were like, okay, let's diversify our strategies, cut the ones that don't make sense, reweight them, and then add some more other stuff. So here, what have I done since yesterday? Ran my main.py. I was trying to change the weighting to this. Which is a little funky because leverage and dilution, I was like very skeptical of those. Breakout, I'm skeptical of, but it's a great diversifier for everything. Volatility, beta, and size were all correlated, and I just kind of cut size, and then I cut those down to volatility and beta, just put them together, 20. Then you have these other, ADF won't trigger all the time, only in bear markets. Mean reversion won't trigger all the time, only very rarely, and then carry is small, but I would even bump carry up to 10. Anyway, then we had these factors. These are DeFi factors. They're like fundamental factors for DeFi, which I think I've never thought about this stuff before, but I think it's pretty cool. I don't have historical data on it, so I can't backtest it, but I just said, hey, run these again. It comes out with a bunch of stuff that includes like layer 1s and stable coins. So eventually I say, hey, cut out the stables, cut out the level 1s, layer 1s. And then we got to this. I said add it to main.py, but we're only going to do very, very small weights there because we can't even backtest that stuff. So literally we're just like taking factors that are like, I think this actually makes a lot of sense and it's better than the like random statistical measures or a bunch of stuff that's correlated, but we can't immediately backtest it, so just weight it really small. It will just add a little bit of diversity, and worst case scenario, it's just like noise, So, yeah, not too concerned about that. I guess it worked, and yeah, it included the DeFi factors in here. I'll just say, show positions and contribution from strategies. Anyway, yeah, I'm basically gonna retire this first version, and then I'm going to start over again. And then this next version, some things that I learned from this were figure out the data thing up front, because for the longest time we were just like, I don't care what happens, whatever. And then like we got rate limited here because we were trying to pull 200 days of data every single time we run it, and it's like, whoa, I thought we already figured out how to fix that, but I guess not. Using a cursor rules file, yeah, there's just like a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna start over again, and I'm probably gonna start with execution, which is simple, and then data next, and then I guess kind of do the factors and the backtesting again, but that was so annoying. Part of me wants to just do like intraday data also, and then start shamelessly data mining it, but yeah, that's where we're at, and we're pretty much flat. Pretty much flat, and we have a bunch of random ass positions, and it seems to be working. It's really just flat though. There's such little edge here. I mean, seems like there's no edge. It's just barely a signal. I feel like you could just as well just weight stuff by market cap or inverse volatility, weight the top 100 coins and just re-weight that once a week, and you would be fine. Again, the whole purpose of this was like, can people who don't have their eyes on this 24/7 do something from their phone and have it actually run and work for them? And it seems to be doing so, but yeah, it will take a very long time to see versus the market if it's actually worthwhile. Anyway, that's all.